All right, welcome back to the sports show on this here damn YouTube. Gonna get into some free agency talk in the NFL. Let's just get it going right here. So Aaron Rodgers, he wants to go to the Jets. Looking at these numbers right here. 2020 MVP, 2021 MVP for Aaron Rodgers, 3,600 yards, 26 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Pretty decent year, 39 years old, but he's wanting to push his way out and go to the Jets.
And I'm just glad we don't have to hear about him whining and moaning about being on the Packers anymore. You know, he's all about attention now. He's been a great player, but I think a lot of that's waned because he's become more of an attention hog. Get him out of here. Get him out of here so I don't got to hear about him. Let him go to the Jets and lose a bunch of games.
Yeah, supposedly in that cave, he must have saw some gangrene images or something that want to go over there to the Jets. That division's going to be pretty rough, though, out of all the teams you pick to go for, right? You already got Buffalo, obviously, in contender, Miami a contender. The Patriots, they're not going to really do much, but they're at least going to probably finish 500. That's going to be a pretty damn tough division to pick where you want to go. But Aaron Rodgers looks like he's going to the Jets. Now, if he's not moved off the roster by September 1st, what I have written down here is a $58.3 million option kicks in. Now, as far as I'm concerned, though, all the power goes to Aaron Rodgers. Like we mentioned before, he can basically walk and retire if they don't move him. So instead of letting him walk and get nothing out of it, you're going to have to trade him. But I wouldn't be surprised if Green Bay really does take their time and kind of force the Jets' hand on making this move here. Jets have a pretty decent offense. Obviously, the run game's always consistent there with the Jets, no matter who's the head coach. And Garrett Wilson, great wide receiver that they picked up. Sauce Gardner, I don't know how the hell he won Defensive Rookie of the Year over Aiden Hutchinson, but there's definitely some talent out there. But like I had mentioned, that division is going to be hell to try to come out of for Aaron Rodgers. What do you think they're going to get for him? Is it a first-round pick and maybe a third? I can't see them getting 2 first-round picks for it, but you never know.
I mean, I think at least 2 picks, and maybe they do ask for 2 firsts. I don't know. I could see them asking for it. I don't know if they're going to get it.
Right.
I think probably he wants, like, his list of people he wants with him. It's just absurd.
Yeah, I seen that. Randall Cobb. He wants Mercedes Lewis. He wants OBJ. Yeah, I seen the list of demands. Obviously, they're not going to be able to get both of them. You already got Garrett Wilson. They picked up Lazard for him, too, which was kind of the signals right off the bat that he was going over there. And what Aaron Rodgers are you getting at this point? I mean, we went over his numbers, 26 touchdowns, 12 picks. It's not a bad season out there. So moving forward, Lamar Jackson still has not been moved. I think everybody's kind of waiting to see what happens with this Aaron Rodgers trade. But Lamar Jackson, if you were to sign him like we talked about in the last podcast, you have to give up 2 first-round picks to get him. But just looking over a couple teams that it may be possible, I think you got Washington. Obviously, going back to Baltimore is still an option. The Colts, the Patriots, I'm going to throw as a dark horse in there, but I really don't see them giving up 2 first-round picks. But you never know, especially if Rodgers does go to that division, maybe kind of keep up. And Houston has 2 first-round picks, which is kind of interesting because obviously we know what happened with Deshaun Watson. You can sacrifice a first-round pick and still have one available. So Houston, I kind of got on the radar as being the favorite. I really haven't heard anybody talking about this situation because everyone's so focused on Rodgers. But I think Lamar Jackson going to Houston might be the possibility here as far as teams that need a quarterback and have the draft capital to sacrifice to pick him up.
But with his style of football, he's just, he's going to get cracked and he's going to get hurt. I mean, it happened. You can go off and name all your running quarterbacks, and that's what happened to every single one of them.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to some more NFL free agency. Best offensive lineman on the market, gone. Orlando Brown signed 4 years, $64 million to the Bengals. Good move by Cincinnati, as even with the moves they made last year to improve the offensive line, Joe Burrow was getting smacked around like he was Ray Rice's girlfriend. No, we can't say that. But yeah, Orlando Brown, 4 years, $64 million.
I think that's something that the Bengals needed badly. It's a huge signing.
All right, so on the other side, we got another quarterback here. Baker Mayfield signed with Tampa. Really not a big deal out here. I don't think Tampa's going to really be blowing anybody out of the water with Baker Mayfield, but at least he found a home. Whether he's going to be the starter or not, who knows? It's so funny how the NFL pushed him his first couple years doing all the commercials, and he really wasn't that bad of a player, but they really kind of showed him the door pretty quick out there in Cleveland. All right, sliding over, Dallas Cowboys, Ezekiel Elliott, gone. He's gone. 876 yards, 12 touchdowns, but he only averaged 3.8 yards per carry. Out of any running back last season that had 200 yards, Zeke was dead last, and yards per carry. Pollard was first, interesting enough, at 5.9 yards a pop. So Ezekiel Elliott going to hit the open market. Don't really know if he has much options as far as where he's going to. The only thing I was thinking of is Raiders possibly to kind of give Jacobs a release or give Jacobs a breather in and out. But Ezekiel Elliott gone from the Cowboys. Going to be interesting to see him with another team.
Yeah, I think he's a good example of why it's tough to sign running backs long term, because they do just evaporate. You know, he had a really good season 2 years ago. Then this year he just kind of turned into a pumpkin. It's just it literally is the way running backs are now. It just is. They take so much abuse that they just fall off. You know, they don't have the physical ability anymore, and yeah, so definitely he ends up a road back somewhere at most. I don't see him being a starter somewhere unless somebody gets some really stupid ideas.
Yeah, he fell off.
Looking at you, Jets. Maybe Aaron Rodgers put him on his list.
Yeah, he might be out there. Here, Miles Sanders signs with the Panthers. Kind of interesting move as they moved up to get the first pick from the Chicago Bears. I thought Miles Sanders would kind of go to a contender. Carolina's not going anywhere this season. Kind of shocked that that's who he signed with. Maybe he went for the money as far as the biggest contract that he was going to be able to get, but that one kind of threw me off. I thought Miles Sanders was going to maybe hold out a little bit until he picked a contender, but ends up signing with the Panthers. What do we got? I think it's a 4-year deal. I don't know why the hell I didn't write it down. So Miles Sanders signs with the Panthers, and Jamal Williams, gone from the Detroit Lions. What do you have? 17 touchdowns last season, right?
Yeah, his franchise record.
Yep, and he is being replaced by Montgomery from the Chicago Bears. I think it's a pretty decent pickup. I love Montgomery. Not when he was tearing up the Lions, but a tough runner, man. Catch the ball in the backfield. So you're kind of almost getting the same player, but saving 2 or 3 years on those tires that we talk about what these running backs getting here. So that's that. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. See ya.